Welcome back, Azerotheans. This week, we discussed that, announcement of BlizzCon 2015, the item level boost, and that WoW token thing. That's coming back around. You're listening to episode number 5 of The Edge. Welcome into The Edge for March 24th, 2015. I'll be your host, Sean Clark, as I'm known around Thrall. I don't really play on Shatterhand as much anymore, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but they call me Vels, a little bit of that. I see, it's funny because Will has this really confused look on his face, and I have no idea why. If you guys were here in the live stream, you'd see that. But first, as I always do, big shout out to all you guys that tune in live. Thank you guys for coming in and checking us out. If you listen to this on Stitcher and iTunes and want to join us for the live show, head over to twitch.tv/theedgepodcast every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We would love to see you all join in live. Now, without further ado, let's bring in the team. Contributing author, Warlords of Draenor strategy guide, a former WoW Insider writer, and currently member of Blizzard Watch. I will slow down and say GM and blogger, Mr. Matt Lowe. What is up, buddy?
You forgot, legendary Hearthstone player, Overwatch sniper. There's a whole bunch of lists and titles that you forgot to add. Just saying.
I'm so sorry.
Just saying. Yeah. I expect the whole thing next time. What's new? We killed Blackhand last week. Hey.
Hey.
I think a whole bunch of us killed this week too. Last week. So hey.
Awesome.
New WoW token almost live soon. Yay.
Yay.
All the things. Yay.
Yay.
It's a pretty good week. BlizzCon. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and obviously BlizzCon. Obviously
BlizzCon.
TGN contributor, YouTuber, Twitter fiend, live streamer. Katie, what's up?
Hello. Again, I'm still cheating on WoW with other Blizzard titles. Realizing how incredibly bad I am at Hearthstone, but hey, I made it to rank 24. And preparing for Sylvanas hype, who goes live today. Yay.
You have 7 days to get the card back at level 20.
So,
Get on it!
I need your help, Senpai. I need your help. I need the teachings of a Hearthstone master.
Well, you just do the math strat, just
Phase roll.
attempt to pay to win. But then we all know pay to win doesn't actually work.
Yes, so I've been told. I don't know. I've thrown a little money at the game, but not much in a long time.
Last but not least, you may know this guy, Get a Raid, Curse Gaming contributor, former Take Spot member. Will, what's up, buddy?
Wow, it feels like a very long time since I've done this thing.
I know.
It's 3 weeks or something like that.
It does feel like a long time.
So, real quick, went to a hockey game, went to a wedding, killed heroic Blackhand.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah, times 2. Got my legendary ring upgraded, got Corona today.
Did you enchant the ring?
What? Yeah, that's enchanted.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
What do you think, I'm a casual? God.
Well.
And then my latest best AFK request. I was doing a Pug Imperator Heroic to try to get the title on my Paladin, and someone in the Pug says, "Hold on, guys, my Asian mom can't park the car. Can I get a few minutes?" True story. I'm not really sure why it was an Asian. It had to be Asian, why she couldn't park the car, but he went AFK.
Well, we all know that they have, this is just how it goes. Asian moms just have a hard time parking cars.
I don't know. We gave him the time, he came back, and I don't know.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I don't know.
You nod and you understand. Duh.
I guess.
If I don't get bad Asian driving stories from my roommate all the time, I'd find it hard to believe, but he uses that excuse so much it's not even funny.
So what I'm doing, so what you guys know, is I went and bought $1 zillion worth of audio equipment. So I am now dealing with a completely new setup. You guys can't see it, but just know that there's a lot of stuff over here. So what I'm doing as you guys are talking and as I'm reading the chat, I'm trying to filter in different audio, switch it around, because I've tested it with 2 of us, but not all 4 of us. So I've been trying to get all of the audio just right. So as you guys are doing your thing and talking, the more you guys are letting me know what's going on, it helps me out. So I've been reading the chat, a little echo, a little this, a little that. So I'm trying to adjust it on the fly. So bear with me, guys, because I'm learning on the fly here as I go. So as for me, I also killed Heroic Blackhand on Thursday. So that was good,
Bam.
and that's all recorded. It was me and 2 other guys that recorded the kill, and then another guy edited it all together with music and stuff, which is really cool. So that's kind of neat to go back and watch. And besides me spending $1 zillion on all this audio equipment, I have been doing nothing but work. So, and that's my life. So there you go.
So what you really want to say is just wait, because eventually we'll all sound like 1,000 kittens licking your soul.
No, it's gonna
and you
sound
can
good
listen to the
eventually
show.
if I can actually get the friggin' audio to work the way I want it to. I have. If you could know the process I went through to set this up is insane. Will kind of knows what I'm talking about, but the other Will, the guy who runs D20 Crit, who helped me out a lot, knows even more of my pain. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead you guys into this first thing, and you guys can ramble on while I do other stuff over in my back end. But BlizzCon 2015 is here. I know that you guys are super excited. I'm sure you already have reservations. Will's probably not going to go again because he's a father of 17 and lives in a shack or something. I don't know. So
You mean that's his raid that you're talking about, though, right?
Yeah, well,
Right.
exactly. I mean, if you can't get good raiders, you just spawn them. No, but I would go this year, but
Would
yes,
go.
family. But I'm moving this summer, so that's just like, yeah, like I'm going to have any spare cash around. So, sorry, I'll get the ritual.
that's
You
true.
sure, man.
Eventually we'll come and get you and drag you
I know.
to Anaheim, kicking and screaming.
These two will. I'm across the border, so.
I know you guys are obviously going.
We have to
so-
illicitly smuggle you in anyway.
Yeah.
Not really.
Canadians.
You guys already have reservations. The other two, Matt.
Yep.
Okay.
I got my hotel. My flights are booked. Yeah, flight was only $11 for a travel card.
Yeah.
11.
Wow.
$11. Yeah, seriously. If you get a chance to go for like those travel awards credit cards, those things are awesome. So good.
So I've been told. That's how I fly home all the time.
Yeah.
Team Hill.
Yes, hotel. Yes, Team Hilton. High five! Yay! Though
shit,
I
I can
might
afford that.
end up canceling my Hilton reservation because I've actually got a friend that's got a condo across the street from. Yeah,
Where
So,
are there
that could-
condos in that area?
I don't know. They said it was 5 minutes walking, and 5 minutes walking has to be pretty close.
Well, I mean, the one
That might be a thing.
I stay at the Best Western Stovall usually, and that's like 4 blocks away. But
Yeah,
like I
it's
said,
also like 20 minutes walking.
it's not 20 minutes, dude. It's like 3 or 4 minutes. It's not that bad.
To me, it's 20 minutes.
Okay,
It's like an eternity.
I'm a server, so server walking, it's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I.
Yeah, well, some of us have desk jobs, and walking is hard, man.
Excuse me, okay?
But I also pay like $110 for 4 days. So,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised that ticket prices actually didn't go up this year. It's still $200, which is the same price as it was last time.
Yeah, that was
Well,
something
it
that
was 175 for like what, 2 or 3 cons in a row?
No, it was started at 100, then 125, then 150.
No. I said 2 or 3 cons, like 10, 11, and 13. Not 10, 11, and 13 were all $1.75.
Wow.
Were they? I could have sworn it was like a steady gradual increase.
I thought it was
every
too.
year.
I thought it was like
It
150.
was 150 in 2009. It was 1, I think. I don't know, but yeah, it stayed the same for a couple of years, and then it went up, and everybody lost their minds, and now that
Yeah, I
it
thought
didn't
it
go,
was
they
last
lost
year.
their minds all over again.
I thought it was last year that people lost their minds about it because I think we were doing the show and I thought I remember having that subject as. Oh,
Yeah, it
no,
went up to
it's gone up.
175 instead of 150. Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it's gradually gone up.
Yeah.
Yeah. 09 it was 125, 2010 it was 150, 2011 175. There wasn't one in 2012 because of the what's it call it, the
Everything
something in
lost.
Shanghai. No, something in Shanghai or whatever it was. Some kind of invitational out in was it Shanghai? It was one of those. It was the year that there was no BlizzCon. That was 2012. Because that was supposed to be the year that the world was supposed to end.
Well, they also
Which kind
launched
of, but
Diablo, and 2012 was also the launch of Mists and Heart of the Swarm, I think.
Huts.
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember they had all those expansions released, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this
pretty good
year,
year.
did you see all the changes that they're making to the Eventbrite stuff and to the barcodes and all that?
What are they
Yeah,
doing?
I saw that you get the barcodes when you buy the tickets instead of, 5 months later.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're getting your barcodes immediately. You're also going to be put in the waiting room, and you're not going to be kicked out like
Right.
last year.
Yeah.
But you're also, once you go in for that predetermined amount of tickets, that's the tickets you have to buy.
You
Like, so
have
for-
to buy. You
So,
can't
well,
drop
like,
out.
well, like, so for example, say you're going for 4, you can't change that price unless you exit out of the waiting room, switch the quantity, and then go back in.
Which bumps you
yeah.
back the line.
Exactly.
So you can't change that quantity.
Right. So,
So that prevents people having from multiple tabs open like they did last year,
Right.
or
Right.
Mhm.
So I guess, you got to go in and say, I know I'm going to buy this many for sure. And then that's it. And then what they'll do is you have to put each individual person's email address in. So say you buy 4 tickets.
Yeah.
You gotta put in I think that has to be 4 unique email addresses too. I don't think it can be 4 the same. And then those barcodes get sent out immediately to those email addresses, which is interesting. So that they're changing it. I mean, it should be an improvement from last year, but I don't know. I just was interested to see like what, how that process is going to play out versus last year, because last year was a cluster, dude.
Well, yeah, I was going to get my
Last
tickets
year
like
was
half an hour later because people kept dropping out and they never went back in.
Yeah.
Which was great because I was able to get my tickets that way. But,
Yeah, I ended up getting 2, and then I had one of my guildies get another 2 for like my roommate
Yeah.
and one of my friends from Australia that was coming in. So it was a cluster, but we got them all.
Well, and it's funny because Dr. Fuzzles in chat asks a really good question. He says, how does you guys even get tickets if it sells out in less than a minute? And honestly, a lot of it comes down to luck.
Coordination.
Yeah, that too.
Like,
Constantly
if
refreshing
find
the page.
friends, guildies,
Yeah.
your dog that's going, and kind of plan it out that everybody's going to go and get 4, and if you got 4 people trying for 4 and one of them gets in, everybody's taken care of. So just that coordination. And I know if you guys aren't a part of the BlizzCon 2015 Facebook group, they plan out ahead of time getting everybody into like Skype and Ventrilo and making sure that everybody gets a ticket. And it was really good last year. And they don't allow any kind of scalping or whatever. They will boot you and report you for doing it.
Yeah, the girl that runs that is actually really strict about that kind of stuff. Like
Yep.
she's pretty cool, but like it's no joke. Like they take that stuff really seriously. So they do sell fast. I think last year they sold out in like 90 seconds or less, 30 seconds or something like that, right? It was
Well,
really fast.
We literally overloaded the site and kind of crashed Eventbrite, and so it was saying that the tickets were sold out within minutes, but there were people that went back like 2 or 3 hours later and
got
bought their
tickets,
tickets
yeah.
that night.
totally me.
Like Matt.
Right. Some people can
There's
get
a
in.
correction I need to make really quick. You actually can assign 4 tickets to yourself, but you can change the name on them at any time up till August 14th.
So they are, but the email addresses you got to put in, are they unique or no?
You just have to
I
put. You
think
can put in.
once
You can put in the same email address.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's something I thought that I'd read that they are changing because they don't want that
No.
they don't want the scalping of tickets to go and be sold online. They're trying to get away from that. So, well,
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
it did say that if you're not certain who's coming, you might want to assign tickets to your own email address for now. So that does imply that yes, you can assign it to yourself.
I can
If
tell
it works like it did last year, like
Yeah.
I all of the tickets were assigned to me, and then I had to like get people's email addresses afterwards, and it resent the email to me and to the new recipient. So I'm guessing the new barcode will do the same thing.
right.
Yeah, I'm sure the barcode stays the same, but the name on the code will probably be different or whatever.
And that's the thing.
Right, and that's so you can go in and change your badge printing too.
Right, yeah. And BlizzCon's one of those things where if you guys like in the chat have never been, I know that, a few of us have been multiple times, and Will, I don't think has been, but that happens
I mean,
when,
that's terrible.
well, I mean, Will's also the only one here with a actual legit family, so like, that's
family.
different.
You guys have illegitimate families?
No, yeah, like we adopt you guys, so
Oh, okay.
you're like my extended
We've adopted
family.
the internet as our children.
Yeah.
There we
But
go.
I mean, the BlizzCon for people that go to like conventions, if you go to like Comic-Con or anything like Animazement, those kind of things, it's it's kind of cool. Like if you go to even to like E3, it's kind of cool because everyone's there and they're kind of like into video games or into things. But BlizzCon is one of those where it's like you're all there because of one company, and it's really kind of cool because even though people are there for different reasons, like some people are there for StarCraft, some people are there for whatever, Hearthstone or anything. You all get to kind of like, I don't know, mesh together. It's really fun. So if you've never been, definitely highly recommend you go at least once. For some people, it's not an every year thing, and I get that it's expensive. Like I'm on the East Coast, so to fly to California for me is very expensive. It's several $100s just for the flight. So it's something you need to plan very far in advance. It's something I've been planning for this BlizzCon since the last BlizzCon. So it's something I put money aside for, and I budget myself every month and make sure that I'm comfortable by the time I have to go. So, but definitely go if you haven't gone. Tickets will go on sale next month. They go on sale. What days are they, guys?
7 p.m. on April 15th, which is a Wednesday,
Right.
and then 10 a.m. on April 18th, which is a Saturday.
And it's a good thing to go check out. If you go to worldofwarcraft.com, you'll go scroll down on their front page, and you'll see like a kind of this is how you go through the process, and it'll tell you like have your card ready, have your first and last name ready, which shouldn't be a problem for most people.
Go to eventbrite.com
and register as well.
Create your account now. So that's done and taken care of.
There's a lot of little things you can do to help yourself out, but I mean, it's one of those things where you kind of going for the people and the atmosphere. But like Will, like I used to always do what Will does, and I just sit at home, play games, or I would invite a bunch of my friends over. We'd all watch the virtual ticket, and we just hung out, and it was just as fun. Like it really was. But just being there, you're just, I don't know. It's kind of a different thing. So, but it's not like, you have to go. It's nice to go. It's certainly a perk. Unless you're a professional gamer or if you're part of the media, you'll also get a ticket. So
I wish.
And a lot of people give tickets away. If you go to a lot of websites, a lot of gaming websites, a lot of big Twitch streamers, especially WoW streamers like Towley. I know that last year he gave one away on his stream for his subscribers. Like there's people that do that kind of stuff. So I mean, just you never know. Sometimes you'll run into a free ticket, or sometimes you could even go there. I've heard people that flew out there and they just showed up and they paid face value for a ticket because someone had an extra one. They just wanted their money back, and boom, you got in. So I wouldn't rely on that as much, though. That's kind of tough going. So, but
It's a risky but doable.
yeah. But it's a lot of fun. If you get to go, it's highly recommended. I'm sure as we get closer, we'll get kind of like a preparation guide for BlizzCon and all that kind of stuff. It's always really exciting to talk about BlizzCon, and I got a bunch of pictures and stuff. I'll talk about slides and have that up while we're talking about that. So, Black Hand has been released today in LFR. Have any of you guys done it? I have not, because
Yes.
LFR scares the bejesus out of me. So,
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. Go ahead, Katie.
You're laughing a lot while you're saying it's totally fine. And
No,
I
it
have a
is.
hard time wanting to believe you.
It's true. Okay, so I was trying to get my hunter all of her stones so that I could do legendary ring in Corona, like I just said at the beginning. And I was like, oh, sweet, I'll go do Black Hand because you get at least 27 rune stones from him. So walk in there, do the trash, no problem. We get up there, and like 2 people DC, we still pull. The bombs do nothing in phase 1. It's just ridiculous. Like half of the melee were slagged. I took over the Siege Maker in phase 2, the little thing that follows, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do this for everyone.
The cannon.
And then the cannon. And then phase 3, you know how you're supposed to get like smashed and go flying across the platform? You go like 2 feet.
What?
I'm serious. That's why I'm laughing. That's why I'm laughing.
Oh my god.
You just go like 2 feet, and it's like, oh, okay. Let's move out of the fire, guys. Good job.
do you still have to like send people up in phase 2?
Barely.
No.
Really?
I know.
It's like hitting me there were like multiple ones shooting at me, and it was like 1K,
They tickle your
2K.
paint a little.
1K.
I think Iron Maidens is still pretty bad, huh?
Yes, but they did nerf them
They did.
recently in LFR.
They did.
But yeah, Maidens would definitely be harder than Black Hand at this point.
I guess
Wow.
like I don't know.
That's
I mean,
terrifying but understandable. But
Yeah.
Maidens is such a weird animal because you spend 20 minutes sitting around fapping, and then the last like 2 minutes of that fight, you're like, oh my god, flailing like Kermit, and then everybody dies.
Yeah, Black Hand is a quick 27 runestones. It took me 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I feel like LFR is
From
like
getting in there to
Oh my.
getting out.
LFR
One shot?
is such a waste
That's
of
kinda
life,
crazy.
dude.
One person died, and that was the one person who was like AFK.
Because he had to go park his mom's car.
Probably.
Nah, I gotta jump in there because I'm super behind on my legendary because I haven't bothered to pug anything at all. I've just been so meh on raiding.
Well, I'm behind on getting my
I've been
ring.
garrisoning super hard and going and getting, you know, what is it? Dipping, singing in the Sunwell, something. I don't know. The Sunwelly raiding with leashes 3. That is the only content I have consumed since 6.1 dropped.
Yeah. I still
Yeah.
need like. What I've been doing is I've actually been doing all the Harrison Jones dailies. I'm still missing like 2, for some reason. Like I didn't get him for a long time, and I'm trying not to like cheese it and be like, oh, invite me to everyone's garrison and da, da, da. Like I want to like get him legitimately on my own because I'm just I don't know I'm like that for some reason.
You're missing out on gold, man. Like you should just go on Google
Yeah.
join a Harrison group or
No,
something
but
that
I
has
don't
them.
wanna do that.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing because like my crappy druid's been getting Harrison, but I can never get it on my main. But yeah, just go into group finder, type Harrison, and they've got it. I don't
Type
know if they
Harrison.
did they implement this in 6.1, the auto invite feature?
Yeah, there's a checkbox. You can automatically
Yeah.
invite people that join.
Yeah, so
I think
people
it's
just sit
another
AFK in their garrison, you know, giving Harrison pity parties. It's pretty nice.
I do think that there's only one Harrison quest per day.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter whose group you join, right? So you always get
Yeah.
that one quest. So it's just on a 6-day cycle or whatever it is.
Right. Well, I mean, I got Harrison twice in 3 days.
That's an outlier.
What?
That's an outlier. Most people don't get Harrison twice in 3 days.
Well, I
Most people
yeah.
get Harrison like once a week or something like
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't getting him at all for the first couple weeks,
Right.
and then I got him twice in 3 days.
Right. So you should screw that and go join a group so you can get your 100% treasure finder. Because having like
No, it's
8
so good.
treasure hunter dudes is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I turned my
It's
1,000
kind of
gold
ridiculous.
mythic cash into 4,000 gold.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
The other thing too is I'm a little bit behind on my tablets. Like I have 2 tablets and I have like 150 runes because like I always miss the first hour of raiding because I'm doing
Yeah,
a show on
that's
Tuesday, and that's our first day of the week. So I get screwed, and I miss like the first like 6 bosses or the first 5, and then I only get like a couple. And we were working on Blackhand, like so. Really, I was only getting between like the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th boss. So I was only getting 4.
You
I mean, I
could.
could go. No, LFR. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that crap.
See,
So-
there's lots of opportunity there for you, and you're refusing to take it.
I don't know, man. I can't do LFR,
I'm
dude.
playing my tiny
Dude,
little
I'm
violin.
not doing
You can go pug
LFR.
normals though. They're
You can totally
really
pug.
smooth and face roll.
Dude, it's like if I go into LFR, it's just like. Oh,
It's like ripping off a band.
with-
Just watch Netflix on one screen, LFR on the other, and like that's it.
Yeah, but I'm with,
Sure, cue with someone else.
I'm with Sean on this one for my LFR experience today. Not the Black Hand experience, but the experience where we walked into Hans and Franz, and 2 times someone stood outside the gate and made him reset and was like laughing and yeah, no.
Okay, well, again, those are outliers. That's not indicative of the entire LFR population.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No.
I am an LFR all-star, okay? Right? Veteran?
I can't stand it though, dude. I really can't. Like and that's something I kind of would like to talk about on a future show. Is kind of like, what's the point of LFR? You know what I mean? Like, what do we really feel like it's needed in the game? Like, do we
Yes.
we really need LFR?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it.
Hey, I like being an LFR hero right now.
Some people don't have guilds. One in 4 people are not in a raiding guild right now. Just saying.
4.
So for those 1 in 4 people, LFR is the only way they can see a lot of these end bosses and complete the storylines to get to
Yeah,
legendaries.
I wish I was faster at this thing, you know, because I could have gone like this. after you said that.
I'm just putting you on. I know.
Soundboard.
Right now.
I tried though. I wasn't fast enough. But no, I don't know. I can't stand LFR. I refuse to do LFR. I can't stand the stupidity. Here's the thing with LFR with me. I don't want to get like too deep into this right now, but just to kind of argue my point a little bit and just give myself some justification. Like my time to me is very precious. Like I work a lot. I don't have as much time for gaming as I used to when I was younger. And when I have time to game, I don't want to spend it in LFR. I don't want to spend it with a bunch of kids that don't care, that have all the time in the world to do what they want to do and will mess around on purpose to waste my time. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's fair.
Did I hit something? 'Cause
No,
I didn't mean
I
to.
just heard a siren, and I don't know if it's. It's a siren. Come on.
I literally thought I hit
radio.
something on the soundboard. I was like, did I do something? I am
That's
sorry.
not you. That's totally.
all your fault,
That's on my end. Okay, you're a. I want to see your progression rater. The legendary ring is obviously an objective that you have to get.
I know,
You are
yes.
doing your raid group a disservice by not going into LFR and completing your ring as quick as humanly possible. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. That's GM math for you.
You just made him feel so bad.
You really
Good.
did.
I guilt my raid all the time. I'm like, excuse me, you're using a crappy cloak enchant with no run speed on it. Are you trying to drag us down? Do you want to be the lowest common denominator in my raid?
Well, shouldn't
Like,
you, shouldn't
I
you offer
busted
those?
my ass for the rest of you guys. You could, at the very least, get the best possible enchant on your cloak, young man.
Shouldn't you like offer those enchants to people for you? Like my
Oh,
guild
I
does
do.
that.
I'm telling them, hey, if you need an enchant, you let me know. But they have to take the initiative and let me know. I can't always chase them down week after week. They're the ones that want to raid here in my guild. They got to take some initiative and stand up for themselves and help themselves too.
Maybe they're too busy with their selfie cameras for Twitter.
Then they should not be in my guild.
They're like Matt.
No.
Matt.
No.
They're like Matt. I need to get this enchant.
But first, let me take a selfie.
No.
I have no words for you right now.
He was waiting.
I really was. I have that one favored just for you, Matt.
It's sitting there with a hand hovering with bated breath, just
I know. Oh, here it comes. But no, that's probably what they're doing. So just so you know. Yeah. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go to LFR. I'm not gonna do Black Hand because I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I
But
feel
are you
weird
gonna-
having Black Hand be my first kill in LFR because it's gonna happen this week.
Oh God.
But are you going to buy a WoW token?
Yes.
You gonna do it?
I am.
I am. I definitely am. $20, yeah. I know Matt was doing a little bit of math earlier when we were talking about some stuff and hanging out.
What?
Earlier in the day, me, you, and Will.
Oh, right.
And you said that you did some conversions. And you said about $20 is right around 30K for what it's selling for right now. It doesn't mean Blizzard will make it sound or make it that same amount. But if they did, you know, $20 for 30K, is that reasonable or is that too generous?
No, I think it's about right. Because after that, they set the initial price point. After that, the price is determined by who buys and who sells. And that's
Right.
apparently a fact that a lot of people can't get their heads around. People don't list the actual price of the token. It's dictated by supply and demand in the marketplace.
Well, it's initially set by Blizzard, and that's what they said in
That's
the...
initially, yes. But anything after the fact, yeah, they're all hands off.
Yeah. Now it's the tokens are supposed to be coming out here pretty soon, so hopefully in the next day or two we would like to see that. But it is off of several factors, and it's based off of each region, and so it's gonna be interesting to see like how much the American one will go for versus say something like the Europe one, in terms of how much gold you'll get for your money, you know.
Yeah.
So
Equivalency.
yeah, that should be interesting. I'm definitely gonna buy one. I wonder how quickly they're gonna go though. I mean, how many people do you really think have all that money to like sink into, or the gold I should say to buy game time?
There's a lot of people with a lot of gold to burn and nothing to spend that gold on, and not having to spend real dollars or something like that. Like that does have its own appeal.
Yeah, I think they'll be going fairly fast because most what I hear from people is like, oh my god, I cannot wait to be able to legitimately buy gold.
I would rather again, I think Blizzard, like, they know this about a lot of us because we're, the gaming industry is going such into a microtransaction way that it's almost sickening. But I have to admit, like, I would rather pay $20 extra. So I'd rather pay $35 a month for this game and not have to farm anything and have that extra gold on my character than take that time out of my day and farm crap I don't want to have to farm.
Yeah, so you're basically buying time instead of buying gold.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm making it so I don't have to farm anymore.
Yep.
Which is ironic because now what's probably going to happen is people that do farm will get paid even more because there'll be even less people farming. And that's an interesting angle to look at, too. It's like, well, now I don't have to farm this crap because I'll just get a WoW token. If they're burning through like hotcakes, they're selling a lot, then boom. Like, I don't have to farm anymore. The farmers are like, sweet. Now I can make more money because I can jack the prices up because now it's supply and demand.
But then you've got the students who are like, well, I can't actually afford this game anymore, and I don't want to pay for this, so you have to pay for textbooks. But I still want to play this game, so I'm going to go farm some gold and buy a token off the auction house.
Yeah.
Right? So there's that. And don't even forget the population of people that retired from this game, stopped playing because they couldn't afford it anymore with real dollars, or because that, I don't know, they just didn't want to spend money on the game anymore because they had other things to do.
Right.
Right? So there's always that crowd.
Do you think there's going to be someone who's like, I've got, gold cap on 4 tunes, and they're going to try to screw up the market in some way and get the tokens way down or something like that?
I don't think you can because it's so out of players' hands. I don't think they could.
Yeah, it's like a first come first served basis, and it depends on when you buy the token is versus what you get the payout as. So like if you get, let's just say like you're on the first wave and you buy a token for $20 and your initial value is set at like 20K, but then 3 days later it's set at like 45K because they're selling so much. You put it in early, so you're only getting 20K.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's all about when they update how much it's worth.
Right.
So you're gonna take a gamble
I guess
first or not?
From the standpoint of if you were paying for the time with gold, do you think 30K is fair enough for the 30 days of game time, or
Yeah.
what would be the most? What would be the most that you would pay? Like 50K?
I actually did a quick poll on that. Some people said 50K would be the top end. The average was around 20 to 30K.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm typing. See, if you were in live chat, people that are listening to us on Stitcher and iTunes, I'd be talking to you right now. I'm not even focusing on my own podcast. I'm literally typing to other people.
Shame on you.
But no, I would not pay 50K. That's fucking crazy.
50K seems a bit.
That's crazy.
I would like to receive 50K.
Oh yeah. I've dropped $20 on that, and
Oh yeah,
50K.
definitely. I think I might offload some gold on my old server just because I'm not using and it is sitting. Not that I have a need to. Yeah, like the biggest thing for me is I have an alliance tune that has 300 gold to her name, despite the fact that I have 250K on one server and 250K on another server and then some. But I got the one poor little tune. So for me, I absolutely want to go offload that 250K on my old server and maybe cough up the $5 monthly fee difference. Because for me, $5 to get 50K over to that other tune, totally worth it, because you can't do it legally or illegally.
Well, no, I mean,
and I don't want to go farm that much
You don't
on
wanna do a
a
character
level
transfer,
50 tune.
and Blizzard.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Like, I got stuff to pay for. I don't have the cash to transfer a tune. Plus, it's a different faction, so even if I transfer a tune, it's not just server transfer. It's server and faction. Which for $50, no, thank you.
I mean, obviously Blizzard's trying to get away from all these farmers and everything. I mean, they're looking at the farmers and they're like,
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
yes.
That's two.
That's two. I told you I wasn't gonna be that many, but I'm trying. No, it's so much fun. But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to they want the money for themselves, and that's nothing wrong with that. But it's gonna be cool to see all the different farming. I might even go back if I get really, really bored and get like some old like alchemy stuff or jewel crafting stuff, and see how much I can sell that for in the auction house if people are gonna stop farming, which would be nice for a little while. It's kind of like when a new expansion comes out and you do all the herbing or whatever really quick, and then those first couple days you sell like a stack for like 10K.
Oh yeah,
And you're like,
that was
"Hmm."
awesome.
Well, while we're talking about the gold making, doing the raiding with leashes, because I've been going and doing those, 10K. Just running all those raids, 10K
Yeah.
in gold.
Really?
Just from vendoring the epics. And I haven't even, like, I have tons and tons of duplicate pets that I need to go throw into the auction house, and I haven't, but just from looting the gold, the greens, and the epics from those raids, 10,000 gold for a couple hours.
Now
of my
what?
time.
How many? What are the raids for that? How many raids is that?
I haven't been doing Serpent Shrine for whatever reason because I forgot that was one of them, but I've been doing Tempest Keep, Sunwell. I'm wasting my time on Hydro because I want a pet out of there that won't drop. And what is it? Black Temple, Naxxramas. I can't even remember them all. I just kind of go through the list.
Did you get a bunch of the music scrolls too? While you've been doing those?
I got a couple.
I've
My
got,
music
like,
scrolls won't drop.
I have like 25 of them now. There's still a
The
couple
only
I don't
one
have.
out of the raid instances that I've been getting to drop was Invincible out of Lich King, which made me happy because
That's one of the ones I don't
it
have.
takes forever to go through there.
That's one of the ones I don't have. That really makes me angry. But I got the one off of Illidan. You know, I have all like I went through. I bought the one in the Argent tournament. I didn't get the
I
one
bought that
from what am I trying to think of? I can't think of it. Why am I brain farting right now? Dark Moon Fair, because I didn't have enough tickets. It's kind of expensive.
Yeah,
kind of.
it is.
Yeah, it's kind of expensive.
Well, it's like buying a pet or a mount, so
yeah.
it's on par with that.
Dark says something that sucks. He says in chat, it sucks that the scroll's not 100%. I know it kind of sucks, but it kind of gives you the way I look at it though too, especially with Arthas. You know, it gives you a chance at mounts. It gives you a chance at like other cool transmog and stuff that you could always pick up. So it kind of gives you a reason to go back, if not for one thing, if for multiple things. So that's kind of cool. And
Yeah,
if
like,
Blizzard's good at
no
something, they're good at
loss.
rehashing. They're good at rehashing. Something else I want to hit on real quick was the 5-level increase, or basically the nerf to Blackrock Foundry, as what we call it.
Or the buff to the rest of us.
Or the
Hello.
yeah, no, it's more like the nerf
Yeah.
to BlackRock. So, what do you guys think about that? I mean, it's kind of ironic. Either we are all terrible, or the 5-level increase, or the nerf, however you want to look at it, really helped us because we all killed Blackhand in the same week. So, I mean, do you think it was needed? Yes, no. I mean, how close are you guys
Yes.
getting on these attempts? I mean, for me personally, we were getting Blackhand. We got him sub 10% like 6 or 7 times. And then we just, we didn't have any more cooldowns, or, it's just, things kind of get chaotic after those, after the third smash. So, I mean, how close are you guys getting?
It was a big deal. Like, my guild killed 2 more mythic bosses. I think they're 5 or 6 out of 10 now. Like, I say we, but I mean they, because I stopped before they killed Blackhand, but they killed Blackhand a month ago, and they've just been slogging through mythic. But that 5 item level increase, boom, 2 mythic bosses, and it wasn't like, oh, the first 2 that are easy. It was deep in the middle of mythic Blackrock. So I think it had a huge impact for a lot of people.
It helped, definitely.
No,
I think it was definitely needed to.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was definitely a huge notice, from everything from DPS increase, healing through prod. I mean, just I don't know, but it's
Well,
an
and
interesting
they
way to
even.
do it.
Oh, sorry, Sean.
No, go ahead. I mean, I was just saying it's an interesting way to do it because they were very happy with Blackhand the way he was, and the way he was tuned, but then they basically nerfed the whole raid. So it's like,
Yeah. Well, and there was also that whole thing about the blue posts describing that Blackrock Foundry Mythic is one of the hardest instances that they've designed so far. So you would have figured some sort of nerf would come as people sort of hit some walls. And I mean, 3 of us here were hitting the wall of Blackhand Heroic, and we're over it now. And on we go.
yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
I think
like,
we could have
it
got
seems like
without
a
it.
swift nerf, but I think it was necessary in that context. Like, you wanna make it more accessible before people get pissed and stop playing
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
So for people that already killed it, it's a nerf. Oh, we wanted to do it when it was hard. It's too soon. But for people that were really struggling, like, that's a tipping point for more people, I think, than it would have been those that are not struggling as much.
Do you think that it's kind of a handout though? I mean, don't you feel kind of guilty?
Yes and no. Like for me, I honestly feel as far as like item levels go and this big theory and push and how much they've been talking about, oh, this is linear progression between High Mall and Blackrock Foundry, linear, it's supposed to be this very gradual step process. Why would you drop down 5 item levels from a linear progression? It should have, from a number standpoint, it should have been this 5 item levels higher to begin with, but then the fights should have remained tuned that tightly. And I know other people have expressed the same sentiment, and they're like, oh, well, why don't they make it harder with the 5 item level boost? But raid tuning is very complicated. It's not just a slider scale, so to speak. It's, like a wall of a million dials that have to be changed between, the healing and the damage and all of that stuff, or ads even.
But what's interesting is this is the first time they've ever done something like this. So I guess, is it lazy on Blizzard's part to just increase our item level, or do you think it's just because they feel good about Blackrock Foundry? They just almost feel like we can't do it. So there's like, no, you should be at this level, so we're just gonna give you a little push.
Well, in the past they've done, percentage nerfs to either the instance or percentage buffs to the players.
Right.
Or targeted nerfs to, hey, this fight was really freaking hard in this phase. We're gonna nerf that phase.
I wonder too if it's almost like they're taking their resources and they're concentrating them on a new raid. So instead of taking that team and going back in and nerfing it and fixing some of the things that they, the general public or the vocal minority feel like need to be fixed, they'll say, I'll tell you what, we'll just give you a 5-level increase. We don't have to change anything really. The team that designed the raid and is working on the new stuff can continue to keep doing that. That way we can keep pushing out content to you and everyone kind of wins. You're still progressing. You're feeling like it's more rewarding. We don't have to waste time and resources, and we can continue to push content. So,
it's pretty efficient.
That could be.
Yeah, and the other thing to keep in mind is that when they switch to the cast system from the Mopac, like the actual guts of how this game is made and designed and things change, they can do this stuff. They can just hotfix it and crank it out overnight, as opposed to this stuff used to require client-side patches and huge amounts of maintenance where they can just flick a switch. And it's more efficient that way, but it's an option that they didn't have previously. They used to just grant the sweeping percentage nerfs or buffs, or like the Sunwell buff. I can't remember what it was now, or the Ice Crown buff. It's 30%. 30% increased hit points, 30% decreased damage, 30% increased damage from the player side. It's, those are huge things as to where the item levels, like, it depends on how many pieces of Foundry gear you actually have. Like, it's not just a straight, oh, this is 5 item levels, this is a 10% nerf. No, it's anywhere between 2 to 10, depending on where you are as a player in the instance itself.
And it seems the trouble of having to go back into High Mall, too, in case there's certain gear that's a little better. Now there's no doubt that Blackrock stuff is definitively, in most cases, better because of the 5-level boost. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, like, I was keeping my Blackrock stuff despite the fact that, it was fewer item levels, but some of it was itemized better than my Mythic stuff from High Mall. So now I get to use it all, and it's all 585. Yay!
Well, I don't know, like, I guess I'd be okay with it as long as that they put out a new raid fairly soon. Like, I think that 5 months for High Mall was too fast for a lot of people. I think that this raid tier, and this is what I consider to be the first raid, the first tier, not High Mall, because High Mall didn't even have tier. So even though Blizzard is saying that High Mall and Blackrock are the same tier, it's kind of a stretch. But if they can put out another raid, maybe in say another 4 months, 3 months, that's right around the same item level, just to give you something different to do. That way you can interchange both. They both have the same gear level. That'd be kind of nice, I think. I just like having the variety. I don't like going back and be like, okay, it's time for these bosses all over again. The variety was nice, especially in like the beginning of Cataclysm. That was like really cool. So, but again, that's just me. I'm I'm a whiny. I'm a whiny beaver.
Yeah, so whiny.
Gosh, it's so needy.
If you
Yeah,
can
right?
believe it, it is already 8. It's 8:50. So I'm gonna do shout outs and we can get out of here. Matt has to raid. I have to raid. Katie has to do
You
something.
get your legendary shards.
I really do. I'm missing out on so many of those
Yeah,
right now. It's like,
I have to go to LFR.
I wish that they could just. I wish I could just like be on follow with somebody like the whole time, doing this podcast, so I can just get my stuff. That's all good. Shouts, guys. Anyone? Anyone doesn't really matter.
I want to give a shout out to Ketsky Wow on Twitter. She makes really, really, really awesome chainmail stuff, and I finally got my bracelet for my birthday and my awesome little crazy mage balls that she put in a lot of time and effort to make for me because she loves me. So I want to say thank you for her and promote her stuff because
Very cool.
it's cool. It really is.
What's her name again on Twitter?
It's Ketsky, KETSUKI_wow on the Twitters.
Awesome. Maybe I'll get her to make me an invisible necklace. That's a joke.
As long as it's not a pearl one.
I did.
Whoa.
And Will, do you have a shout out?
I can't follow that one. Hey, shout out to you, Sean, for getting all that stuff for making the podcast better. So
Yeah, it's good. I appreciate you guys in the chat too for working it out. It's kind of I got almost everything figured out. I'm like 99% there. So once I get it done, it should be good, and I should have everything tweaked and set up and ready to go. So it's a lot of work setting this kind of stuff up. I'm not an audio guy, so this was a feat for me. If you guys knew me in person, you would know this is not my thing.
see, he spent this money on that, and now he has less money to spend at BlizzCon. So
Yeah.
That's
I
how
got
much
to
he
work
loves you
overtime
guys.
now for BlizzCon stuff. So, Matt, do you have anything? Matt has nothing. Well, obviously, that wraps up episode number 5. I get to play the music now again. I'll turn it down just a little bit though when I talk. And I can do that on my little slider. Yay! If you like the show, you can give us a 5-star rating, Stitcher and iTunes. Definitely checking that stuff out all the time. We'll read them on stream if they're 5 stars, which are really cool, and we appreciate that. Additionally, you can follow the show's Twitter at @TheEdge_podcast and our Twitch channel, The Edge Podcast, all one word, to keep up to date when we go live. You can always find us over at D20 Crit as well. We hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you guys next week. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out here with the WoW token and all this different crazy stuff. So stay tuned. We'll be with you guys here before you know it. Until then, we're out for now. Peace.